There are reports that many NBA players might start leaving the country after some shocking statements made by Jaden Ivey. These claims could even lead to a federal investigation, putting several players under serious attention. Some of them might face legal trouble or even jail time. Because of this situation, fear has started spreading in the league, and a number of players may be thinking about moving overseas due to the uncertainty. In this video, we will explain what exactly was said, the new updates, and what this could mean for the future of the NBA. What's happening right now is surprising for many people. On March 30, 2026, the Chicago Bulls made a decision that quickly became a huge topic everywhere, on social media, inside locker rooms, and among fans. The team released guard Jaden Ivey, saying his behavior was harmful to the team. This move also restarted discussions about religious freedom in professional sports. The timing of this decision was important. Just a few hours earlier, the 24-year-old player went live on Instagram and spoke for about an hour, sharing his views based on his Christian beliefs without holding back. Jaden Ivey was the 5th overall pick in the 2022 NBA draft, chosen by the Detroit Pistons after playing at Purdue University. Before all this happened, he was seen as a talented young player with a bright future. Even though injuries affected his time with Detroit, he still averaged 14.9 points, 3.5 rebounds, and 4 assists per game. He was considered an important player for the team's future. The Chicago Bulls got Ivey from Detroit in a 3-team trade on February 3. His contract was close to ending. Recently, the Bulls had already ruled him out for the rest of the season because of a knee injury. This season, he averaged 8.5 points in 37 games, including a few games with Chicago. Then came the Instagram live session. Speaking to over 200,000 followers, Ivey openly shared his thoughts. He said that the world promotes LGBTQ in Pride Month, including the NBA, and questioned why people celebrate what he called unrighteousness, while others are not allowed to speak about righteousness. His comments were made during Holy Week, which is a very important time in Christianity. After this, the Bulls decided to release him, stating that his actions were not good for the team, although they did not clearly explain how his words affected the team. Donovan said that every player comes from a different background and has different life experiences, but everyone must act professionally. He explained that players should respect each other, support one another, and follow team rules responsibly. However, Donovan also shared another concern. Instead of directly talking about what Ivey said, he suggested that Ivey might be going through some mental health struggles. He said mental health is serious, and he worries not just about Ivey, but about all players. This idea, linking Ivey's religious speech to possible mental health issues, became a major topic of discussion. To really understand the situation, it's important to know who Jaden Ivey was before this and how he says he changed later in life. Ivey has openly talked about his past. He said that before finding faith, basketball was everything to him. He admitted that he didn't know God or Jesus when he first entered the NBA. He also confessed to living a lifestyle that included drinking, addiction to inappropriate content, and other habits he now regrets. Even when he played well and scored points, the happiness didn't last long. He said those good feelings were only temporary. One night, after making a game-winning shot, he started thinking that there must be more to life than just basketball. He described feeling empty even after success, money, and fame. At some point during his career, he says he found Christianity in a deeper and more serious way. He explained that he is no longer the same person and believes his old self is gone. Now he says his identity is based on his faith. No matter what happens in basketball, his beliefs were not private either. While he was already open about his faith in Detroit, it became even stronger during his time in Chicago. Some team staff felt uncomfortable and described him as overly preachy in the locker room. Reports say that his social media live sessions often went on for nearly an hour. In these videos, he talked about many topics like his past depression, finding religion, music, personal beliefs, and other controversial subjects. There were also reports about his behavior inside the team environment. It was said that he asked media members personal questions, like whether they had relationships before marriage. He openly shared his beliefs everywhere, in hallways, locker rooms, interviews, and online. Then another shocking detail came out. In a podcast interview, Ivey admitted that he had thought about suicide multiple times in the past. He said he is not ashamed to talk about it and believes God saved him. He also shared that his wife supported him and helped him during those difficult times. He linked these struggles to a serious injury earlier in his career. On January 1st, 2025, while playing for Detroit, he broke a bone in his leg. This was his first major injury, and he said that's when his mental health challenges started. So this situation was not just about a player speaking out. It was about someone who went through depression, addiction, and very dark thoughts, and who believes faith helped him recover. After that, he chose to speak openly about his beliefs. Whether people agree with him or not, his personal journey is an important part of the story. But this background seemed to be missing from the Bulls' decision. After being released, the situation did not calm down. It became even bigger. Ivey went live again on Instagram and strongly responded to the Bulls. He said the team was lying about his behavior being harmful. He asked others to check with the coaches if he was a good teammate and said he was only talking about his faith. He also explained that he was focused on recovering from his knee injury and was not causing any problems during practice. He felt that people around him started turning against him. Ivey said people started turning against him because of his faith. He explained that he didn't do anything wrong to lose his place on the team. According to him, he was still working hard, going to the gym, doing rehab, and completing his responsibilities. He said he could have quit himself, but instead the team removed him. After that, the situation grew even bigger. On Monday night, Ivey went live again on Instagram and spoke about some famous NBA players who say they are Christians. He mentioned names like Stephen Curry and questioned why they don't speak openly against certain NBA policies. He also disagreed with the Bulls' claim that his actions were harmful to the team. By questioning the faith of such a well-known player, he attracted even more attention and criticism. Ivey also made comments about LeBron James, again questioning his religious commitment. As things continued, the emotional impact on Ivey became clear. During one live session, he said his wife was present but not even talking to him. He claimed that people close to him, including family members, were turning against him because of what he said. He said they were calling him crazy and saying he was losing his mind, even though he believed he was speaking the truth. The situation at home also seemed tense. During one Instagram live, his wife Caitlin briefly appeared and asked him to stop. Ivey replied by saying she loves him, but the moment showed clear discomfort. He also accused some family members of going against him because they didn't agree with how he was expressing his beliefs. Meanwhile, reactions across the NBA were divided. Former player Kendrick Perkins said that Ivey clearly needs support and guidance. He showed concern for his situation. Sports analyst Stephen A. Smith said Ivey might be putting his career at risk. He questioned whether expressing himself in this way was worth damaging his future in the league. On the other hand, some athletes who share similar beliefs supported Ivey. For example, Trevion Henderson showed support by sharing a Bible verse about staying strong during difficult times. A speaker named Blake Ferguson referenced a verse from John, warning that those who openly share the gospel may face judgment. Just days after being waived, Ivey shocked everyone. A video of him preaching on the streets of Chicago went viral, gaining over 40,000 views after being uploaded to TikTok. In the clip, the 6'3" former guard, dressed casually, walked back and forth with a microphone, delivering his message to a small crowd. Despite everything, Ivey stood firm. He believes his release wasn't about his behavior, but about his faith. If this situation stood alone, it might have been seen as a player stepping outside team norms and facing consequences, but it didn't stay isolated. Fans and analysts quickly compared it to other NBA controversies, turning it into something much bigger. The real question people are asking is simple. What does the NBA choose to punish, and what does it tolerate? Take other cases. Players involved in serious legal issues, including domestic violence accusations, still found their way back after suspensions. Some missed time, some faced limited penalties, but their careers continued. Even past scandals involving deeply troubling personal histories didn't completely erase legacies. Now compare that to Ivey. He didn't harm anyone. He didn't break the law. He spoke, openly and passionately, about his religious beliefs. While some may disagree with his message or delivery, many fans feel the punishment doesn't match the action. This contrast has raised concerns about consistency. Critics argue that players seen as replaceable are treated more harshly, especially when controversy brings negative attention. It becomes less about values and more about business decisions. If Ivey were a superstar, would the outcome have been different? That's where the league faces scrutiny. You can't claim strong values while applying them unevenly. Punishing speech more severely than violence leaves people questioning what truly matters. After being waived, Ivey's NBA future quickly became uncertain. Reports suggested teams were unwilling to deal with the media attention surrounding him. Overseas leagues now seem like the most likely path, something many players have done when their NBA careers stalled. Ivey himself remains calm about it. For him, staying true to his beliefs matters more than where he plays. Financially, he's stable, but that doesn't replace the career path he once had. Meanwhile, the Bulls organization also faced major changes, firing top executives shortly after the situation. While their struggles existed before, the timing raised eyebrows. In the bigger picture, Ivey's story has sparked a deeper conversation. Players are now thinking about where the line is, and what happens if they cross it. For some, playing overseas may become more than just an option. It could be an escape from pressures they feel in the NBA. No matter where Ivey ends up, whether overseas or back preaching on the streets, his impact is already clear. He's forced a question many athletes never had to seriously consider. What happens if you truly speak your beliefs? And as Ivey himself suggests, what's the point of gaining everything if you lose who you are in the process? If you found this breakdown insightful, make sure to subscribe and stay tuned for more deep stories like this.